So we'll find our way to a comfortable seat. Just taking some time to settle in. I like to sit on a blanket, or you could get a towel. So if you don't have one, I would go grab one. We're gonna be on and off the knees quite a bit today. I did a similar flow for the studio class yesterday, and I think it's important to have the padding underneath the knees. So if you don't have a blanket or a beach towel, go grab one real quick and just fold it up. Then you can sit on it to start class. As you begin to settle in, allow the eyes to be heavy or closed. Finding a nice tall spine. Just beginning to check in with your breath. Noticing the quality of the breath. Where does it start from? Is it starting down in the belly, or maybe it's starting a little higher, more in the chest? See if you can mindfully allow the shoulders to release from the ears. And gently pull the belly button in towards the spine. Just take a few moments here to arrive. Setting aside anything that may have happened before you came to your mat today. If you're watching live, it's Friday, so anything that may have happened earlier in your week, set that aside. Beginning to cultivate an even breath in, maybe counting to 4. And an even breath out, exhaling to 4. Option 2, take the hands open. Maybe it feels nice to press the first finger and the thumb together. Finding this mudra or hand position. So you give the finger something to focus on. We'll be here for 3 or 4 more rounds of breath and stillness. Taking a moment to notice anything that's coming into the senses. Maybe the feeling of air on your skin. The feeling of the clothes on your body. Sensation of those points on the body that are grounded to the mat. Any taste you may have, maybe coffee or toothpaste, or any smells that are in the area right around you, or noises that could be coming from your immediate area, or maybe noises outside, traffic or birds. Maybe you share your home with someone and they're making some noise off to the side. Next inhale, take the arms overhead, reach. Exhale, let it go. So we'll do this, but we'll add a little bit of a different twist. So drag the fingertips out, reach nice and slow on the inhale, press the palms together, and then slowly trace down the center line on the exhale. So we'll do something similar throughout class. Drag the fingertips and reach. Slow inhale, slow exhale, drag it down through center. One more time like that. Inhale, reach really slow. Exhale, let it go. Drag it down through center. Awesome. This time, inhale, reach. We'll take a twist. I'll mirror you. So right hand goes to left knee. Left hand right behind you like a second spine. Option 2, complete the twist in the cervical spine. Look over the shoulder. Inhale back to center and reach. Exhale, twist other side. So we'll do a little bit of twisting and shoulder opening in class today. Just getting warmed up. One more time each side. Inhale, reach, lift up out of the waist. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. This time, we'll drag the hands back down through center line, just like before. And then we'll start to walk them forward. So notice which leg is in front if you're cross-legged. If you're in any sort of other more even posture, then it doesn't matter. Maybe sway a little side to side. So you may be right here, and if that's where you can keep your glutes glued to the mat, but still walk forward, then stay right there. 3 more rounds of breath here. Slowly walk it back. If you're in a cross-legged position, swap which leg is in front. We'll get into that other hip. Inhale, reach. Drag the hands down through center line, and then start to walk it forward. So you may get to a different amount that you can walk forward. So as we always talk about, we're a little uneven side to side. So if you're in this cross-legged position, maybe one side's a little tighter than the other. Check back in with your breath. One more round of breath here. Slowly start to walk it back. We'll cross at the ankles, roll over into hands and knees. Again, this is where it's nice to have this padding underneath the knees. So pull the hips directly over the knees. Spread the fingertips wide. Find a little baby micro bend in the elbows. And then we'll drop the belly, lift the gaze, inhale for our cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, cat. Take another full round. And then we'll start to find figure eights. So pull the right hip towards the right wrist, then the left wrist, then back to the left corner, right corner of the mat. So we're drawing little figure eights here. Not worrying about what it looks like, just noticing how it feels. Take another round or two. I'm on a squeaky part of my floor. I'm gonna move the mat over a little. I live in a house that's 100 and some years old. So find another round or two. Awesome, and then take the knees a little wider, walk it out. Find your child's pose, melt the head down. Press that space between the eyebrows into the mat. Take another round of breath. Slowly start to walk the hands up. We're going to round up into that cat spine first. Walk the fingertips forward. Find your puppy pose. So keep the hips high. Melt the chest down. Don't have to touch down yet. And then slide through on the belly, shoot the legs back. Find your Sphinx pose, elbows underneath knees. Elbows underneath shoulders. And then we'll take a little twist of the neck. So we'll do something similar throughout class. So just getting the neck warmed up. Look over the right shoulder. And slowly come back to neutral, look over the left shoulder. Back to neutral. Inhale, lift a little taller. Exhale, drop it down. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Come back through table, but then we'll move into down dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips high and back. Find some movement here. Maybe you've been one, either the other. Warming up the backs of the legs, which we will need for class today. And then find some stillness. Little micro bend in the knees and the elbows. Press the chest towards the thighs. Big inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Hop or step to the front. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. So again, we're going to drag the hands nice and slow up overhead and reach. And then we'll drag them back down through center line. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drag the hands back down. Inhale, reach. Last time. This time, drag the hands back down through center line. Start to hinge and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Palm the mat. This time we're going to step the left foot back. Drop to the left knee and tuck the left toe. So finding our knee down, low lunge here. 5 rounds of breath here with the hands grounded. Option again, if you want to use some cans out of your pantry, or if you happen to have blocks, or just come high onto the fingertips. One more round of breath here. And then start to walk it back. Find your half splits. Walk it forward. Find your low lunge again. Rise the arms overhead. Option to interlace the hands behind if you have the space. So if you're there, I'm going to demonstrate what we're going to do throughout a lot of our poses this morning. We're going to hook the hands, so the hands are connected. Hook the hands to the left hip. So we're opening across the front of the right shoulder. Then we're just going to gaze over to the left. And then gaze over to the right. Awesome. Come back to neutral. Press the palms together. Hook the hands to the right hip. So now we're opening across the front of the left shoulder. Gaze to the right. And gaze back to neutral and then over to the left. Awesome. Inhale, rise the arms up. Fold it over, half splits. Bend back into the front knee, pop up to the back toes. Hop it halfway up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time we'll step the right knee back. Find your low lunge here, settle in. So we're thinking about dropping the front of that right hip down to the mat. Left knee over left ankle. 5 rounds of breath here, grounded and rooted. Next inhale, take it back, half splits. 2 or 3 rounds of breath here. Try to keep the hips squared off. Bend back into the front knee. Rise the arms overhead. Bend a little deeper. Stay here or interlace the fingers. Root it down, and then we're going to hook the hands to the right hip. Gaze over the left shoulder. And slowly switch. Come back to neutral, then hook the hands to the left hip. Gaze over the right. And back and over to the left. Awesome. Bring it down, take it back, half splits. Check in, the legs should be even. Bend back into the front knee. Pop up on the back toes, hop everything up. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Drag the arms up. Reach all the way overhead. Then take the hands down to the heart. 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, reach. This time we'll fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant everything down. This time, left foot steps back. We'll stay high on the back toes this time. Find a crescent lunge. So we're gonna rise up. If you have the blanket, you can move it out of the way. Rise up to your crescent lunge. So all 10 toes facing forward. Back leg is strong and straight. Rise the arms overhead. And this time, interlace the fingers again if there's space. Hook to the left hip. And we'll just this time gaze over the right shoulder. Find a little twist. Pull the thighs into center line. Engage the belly button. Come back to neutral. We'll drop it down, find our warrior two. Front heel, back arch in alignment. Gaze over the front fingertips. Make sure the knee is coming more towards the pinky toe. Hands come to hips. Take all 10 toes to face the long edge of the mat. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward halfway and hold. Fold all the way down. Find a little sway. We're gonna move into Skandasana. So walk, I'll mirror you. Go to the left, pop the right toes up. And then walk it back through neutral. Drop in to the right, left toes pop up. Keep rolling with your breath. You don't have to get too low, just go to your point of comfort. Find some movement. One more time each side. Nice, good stretch on the legs. Awesome, come back to neutral. Hands come to hips. Slowly rise up. We're gonna then walk the heels in. So we're coming into a horse or a goddess pose. So bend down so that we're deep into the legs. Toes are out, heels are in. Reach up, inhale, star. Exhale, open up, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Last time, inhale, reach. And straighten the legs. Exhale, open. Same thing as we did before. Interlace the fingers behind. Hook the hands to the right hip. Gaze over the left shoulder. Keep a deep bend in the knees. Legs are starting to warm up. Come back to neutral. Hook on the left hip. Gaze over the right shoulder. Come back to neutral. Straighten out the legs. We'll take this to the other side. So I'm just going to turn. Find our crescent lunge here. So all 10 toes facing the long edge of the mat. You can still face forward. It's just easier for you guys to see me on this side. So bend deeply into the left knee. Rise the arms up. Try to straighten out and pop up on those back toes. Awesome. Interlace the hands. Hook to the right hip this time. Gaze over the left shoulder. Find a little twist. Come back to neutral. Hook to the left and gaze over the right. Come back to neutral. Open up warrior two on this side. So bend into the left knee. Front heel, back arch in alignment. Gaze out over the front fingertips. Check in with your breath. Bring all 10 toes to face the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Halfway down, and then all the way down. Rest the hands on the mat. Maybe find a little sway. We'll come back, start to heel toe the feet in. This time we'll find Malasana Yogi Squat. Been nice and deep into the legs. So if Yogi Squat's too much, this Malasana pose, come back to our horse or our goddess, which was higher up where we were when we were on the other side. If you're in Malasana, press the elbows into the knees. If this is a lot in the feet, you can also place a blanket underneath the heels. Two more rounds of breath. Release. Start to walk the feet back in. We're going to walk it to the front. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Drag the arms up, take them overhead. Fingertips touch. Exhale the hands down to the heart. Two more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drag them down through center line. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drag and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, palm the mat. We're going to step it back, find our child's pose. So knees come wide, hips to heels. We'll go through a similar sequence again. We'll take a little break first. So find your child's, melt the head and the chest. We'll do a little opener for the back shoulder here, the back of the shoulder. Walk the hands up just a little. Right hand starts to come underneath. So come onto that right shoulder. The left hand up and over. So finding our thread the needle here from child's. Come back to neutral. Other side, left hand. Pull it underneath, find into the left shoulder. Walk the right hand overhead. Come back to neutral. We'll walk it up, round into our cat spine. Walk it forward, find our puppy just like before. Melt the hips back. Maybe you have some more space and the chest and the chin starts to come down to the mat. Find your way onto the belly. Find your Sphinx pose. Start to gaze over the right shoulder. Option here, take the left hand so it's parallel to the short edge of your mat. Prop yourself up. Gaze over the right shoulder and maybe you reach the right hand back, get into the quads. Slowly release. Come back from your neutral Sphinx first. And then gaze over the left shoulder. Right hand comes parallel. Right arm comes parallel to the short end of the mat. Help yourself stay up. And then maybe you come and grab for the left toes. Trying to keep the weight even across the front of the hips. Slowly release. Stack the palms, windshield wiper the feet. And then we'll meet in our down dog. Grab water if you need to. One more standing sequence through and then we'll come back down to our mat. So find your down dog, walk it out. This time right leg lifts. Pull the knee to the chest, step it through. So we're just getting into our lunge in a different way. Root the feet down, pull the thighs into center line, rise up, find your crescent lunge. Option to take those fingers behind, just like before. Hook to the left hip and gaze just over the right shoulder this time. Find a little twist. Come back to neutral. Windmill it open, warrior two. Settle in. Strong legs. Bring the hands to the hips. Turn all 10 toes to face the line before. Inhale, exhale, hinge halfway down and hold. And then fold all the way over. So we'll take that Skandasana again. Walk the hands over to the left, mirroring you. Pop the right toes up. And then walk it back through center to the other side. We'll do this 2 more times through, but that last time we're gonna hold and find a little option. So bring it back to the left or wherever you started. Option here to find a little twist. Left hand presses into the left knee. Find this resistance and opening, and then peel the right arm up. Stay here. Maybe you have space to drop the shoulder in front of that front leg and reach around, find a bind. Just an option if there's space in the shoulders, never forcing. Come back to neutral. That wasn't very graceful. Walk it back through center. And then we'll take it over to the other side. Same options here, a little twist in the upper body. So pull the right hand across, press the knee in. Start to spin the chest open, so left arm opens for you. Or option 2, drop that right shoulder down and find your little bind. Maybe you're hooking the first couple of fingers. Awesome, come back to neutral. Turn all 10 toes to face the long edge of the mat. Halfway lift, come all the way up. We'll turn and face the other side for our crescent lunge. So left knee forward. Strong in the back leg. Peel the belly button into the spine. Rise the arms up. Option to interlace the fingers behind. Press down. And then we'll hook the right hip. Gaze over the left shoulder. Find your breath. Pull the thighs into center line. Squeeze them towards the midline. And release. Windmill it open. Find your warrior two. Front heel, back arch in alignment. 5 rounds of breath, settle in. Awesome. Bring the hands to the hips. All 10 toes to face the long edge. We'll start to heel toe them in. Find our Balasana squat again. Elbows to knees. Stay here in your Balasana, same option as before. Left hand presses down onto the mat. Left knee presses in to the knee. Open up. Find your little self-resistance twist, or maybe again you can catch the bind here. Never forcing. If Balasana is feeling like too much in the body, just come down to the mat. We'll meet you back there. And take the other side. Finding this nice openness across the chest and twist. Or option to hook the bind on this side. And come back to neutral. Plant the hands, walk the feet in. We're gonna walk our way back out to our down dog. Just to even out both sides, lift the left leg, pull the left knee in, and then shoot it back up. Drop it down, find some evenness. Walk the feet out. Then we'll find pigeon, so right leg lifts. Pull the right knee in, right knee towards right wrist. And then we'll start to walk it down. So a couple of things here in pigeon. Try not to sickle this back foot. So press the toes into the mat on the left foot. Right knee is towards right wrist. You don't need to get this front leg parallel. Certainly if it's there, great. So we're up nice and high. We're trying to keep the hips even. And then as you start to walk it down, if there's space, try to keep the hips even. Maybe you need to place something underneath the right hip, a blanket or your towel. So try to keep the shoulders and the hips square. Check in with your breath. As always, if pigeon is not feeling good in your practice, you can flip on the back and take that figure 4 that we often take. A few more rounds of breath here. Take some time to settle into pigeon. Slowly start to rise back up. Tuck the back toes. Try to pull the straight knee back into the chest. Shoot it straight back up. Take a bend in the right knee. And then find some little circles. And we'll switch sides. Left leg lifts. Pull the knee into the chest. And then start to find your way into pigeon. Left knee towards left wrist. Walk this back leg out so it's flat to the mat. Foot should be straight away from the ankle. Maybe you stay up high here. Maybe things feel a little different in this side. So hips stay square, shoulders stay square. Start to melt it down to your degree of where you feel an opening, but you're not pushing too much. Take a few more rounds of breath here. Start to walk it back, tuck the back toes. Pull this left knee into the chest and then take some circles. Awesome. Come back to your down dog. Drop it down. Find your child's. One last time. Allow the hips to melt back towards the heels. Start to round up into that cat spine. Knees under hips, walk it forward, find your puppy one last time. And melt it forward, shoot the legs back, find your Sphinx. One final option here, front body opening, strengthening the low back. We've got some space in the shoulder, so drop the head down. Option to interlace, again, reach Interlace the fingers, zip the legs together, and lift up. Again, if the interlace isn't connecting, just reach the hands towards each other. Locust Shalabhasana pose. One more round of breath. And release. Just gonna flip onto our backs, roll over. Melt the spine all the way down. And windshield wiper the knees a little side to side. Plant both soles of the feet on the earth. Pull the right knee in. Roll the ankle out. And we'll find half happy baby on this side. Reach for the outside blade of the right foot. You can allow the left knee to fall open a little if it feels better. One more round of breath here. Allow this right knee to fall open wide, like we're taking that bound angle posture. And then wiggle the right toes into the little triangle you've created. So we're getting that right thigh starting to come parallel to the mat. Reach the left fingertips for the right toes. We'll find that cat pulling its tail posture. Slowly release the toes. Walk the soles of the feet back to the mat. This time pull the left knee in. And then take the left knee wide, lift left sole of the foot to the ceiling. Find your half happy baby. Maybe let the right knee fall out. And then resettle the right foot. Allow the left knee to fall out wide into that bound angle. Start to wiggle the left toes into this opening. Reach the right fingertips to the left toes. Allow the left knee to drop down towards the end of the mat. Slowly come back. Windshield wiper the knees. Take our final inversion, full happy baby. Reach for the knees, take them wide. Lift the soles of the feet. You can melt the tailbone back down towards the earth. And slowly release. Pull the right knee in. We'll take a twist. Pull the right knee across the body. Slowly come back to neutral and switch. Come back to neutral, pull the knees in and rock. Pull the knees in, press the forehead to the knees, squeeze, and then release. Find your version of Shavasana, unless there's anything else that you need to round out your practice. So working your way down, allowing the toes to fall out. Heels to fall in. Starting to slow down the breath. Maybe the hands fall open. Relax the space between the eyebrows. Release the jaw. Take rest. Start to bring some awareness back to the breath. Dragging fingertips across the thumbs. And starting to plant the soles of the feet to the earth. And drop the knees over to one side. Find a fetal posture. Just to rest in transition. Taking a moment to find gratitude for the time that you took for your practice, for your breath, to do something nice for your body. Starting to roll up to a comfortable seat. We'll drag the fingertips out and reach and inhale nice and slow. Exhale, drag it down through center. 2 more times, cleansing breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, let it go. Last time, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Connect the knuckles of the thumbs to the sternum, symbolizing the connection of our body to our breath. It's truly my honor to guide you through your practice, to share this space and time with you. Remind yourself that you are enough just as you are right now. You have always been enough. You will always be enough. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.